What's going on? It's Will Graham. Merry Christmas. This is my pickups for the month of December. And thanks for watching. Thanks for coming. Here we go. Let's get started. First off, my wife found this for me. She found this at a store down here in Florida called Ross, and it was $10, brand new. And it's Assassin's Creed Arena board game, and basically it's a 1 to 4 player game where you take the role of an assassin and go around and try to get the most loot. Pretty cool. Me and my son played it. I recommend it. It's pretty neat. It's by Cryptozoic. They make a lot of really good board games and card games. So if you can find this for cheap, I recommend it. Another thing my wife got me. She's like the world's worst Christmas gift giver. She gives it. If she goes out and buys it, she'll come right home and give it to me. It's like I don't really get to open anything on Christmas Day because she's given me stuff like Jewish and I'm celebrating Hanukkah, but instead of for 15 days or whatever, or less, I'm sorry, not trying to offend any of my Jewish friends, but it's the whole month. It's like 25 days of just getting random stuff. But anyway, she found this for me, ColecoVision. A couple years ago, I had to get rid of mine. I sold my ColecoVision and both modules that came with it, a ton of games. The Pro Stick, the trackball, everything, and I regretted it still to this day. I've been collecting retro video games and that whole gimmick for about since 2008, and shit, this channel's been around since then. So, you know, every now and again you have to sell something, and my ColecoVision, I always regretted it. This is the next best thing. I mean, for 40 bucks, I always equated it to, you know, I can either spend 40 bucks and then maybe $60 extra and get a ColecoVision and maybe some games, because I found my original one in a great lot. So that's why I had a hard time justifying buying this. But my wife found it for $20, and it was brand new, and it's got 60 games, more games than I originally had. The emulation's tight. The controller's pretty decent. I gotta be honest, the console feels very empty, but I mean, come on, it's plug and play. So for $20, great deal, and I highly recommend it. Alright, now let's get on to some video games. This one, which I have for the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 already, but this is Grand Theft Auto 5. Why did I find this, or why do I have this? This was, I got this at a Goodwill for $4.26. That's why. I mean, and it's complete and perfect. Well, yeah, it's complete and works fine, but for $4.26, I wasn't going to pass this up. I mean, I could trade this in or something. But anyway, yeah, GTA 5. Now let's go through, what do we got here? Alright, now let's go through some PlayStation 2 games. First off, we found Onimusha Warlords. This was like, I bought this and Bouncer on launch day for the PlayStation 2 when I got it originally. And it's still a great series and still a great game. Highly recommend this. Got all of these for $2 a piece. And it ranged from anywhere from $2 a piece to $3 a piece, depending on if I got it at Goodwill or Salvation Army or some random other thrift store. But anyway, so we got the Onimusha, Onimusha 2, Samurai's Destiny. These games just got better. The third one has the actor Jean Reno in it. So awesome. This one's strange. Very Japanese, very interesting. Victorious Boxers. I don't know. I tried it out. It's pretty interesting, but like I said, very Japanese, very imported, and very throwable. Didn't try this one out or nothing. This is the History Channel, Civil War, Secret Battles. So, yeah, so I get to relive some of the great Civil War battles. This game I tried out and loved it. Crash Twinsanity. Dude, this game is pretty badass, and I don't know why nobody really talks about this. I mean, I love the Crash Bandicoot series. This did it. I mean, it's great. If you can find this for cheap, highly recommend it. Surfing H3O. What I find interesting is it's by Rare. You know, but it was, of course, done in 2000. the year 2000. So it's pretty not that good as what I tried of it, but I only played it for maybe 15 minutes. Then for PlayStation 2, we also got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Battle Nexus. I don't know, it looks pretty rad. You get to play up to 4 people um, at the same time with the multi-tap on the PS2. But, I don't know, didn't get to try this one out yet. And for the GameCube, I've always been interested in finding this game for the GameCube. I have it for the PS2, but that's True Crime LA. True Crime Streets of LA, excuse me. But I'm always interested to see how the GameCube ports turned out against the Xbox and the PS2, just because it was such the inferiors of the systems a couple generations ago. Ready to Rumble Boxing 2. I don't know. It's a silly boxer. Those are the PlayStation 2 games. Now for some more GameCubes and some original Xbox games I found. This one I was stoked to get. Tenchu, Return from Darkness. Love these games, these Tenchu games. It all started on the PlayStation 1, and I loved it since. Bloodwake, a racing game that's, very similar to, like, Twisted Metal, but in the water. Really a cool game. I don't know much about this one, but for some reason these games are stupid ridiculously expensive on eBay for some reason, but it's Yu-Gi-Oh! The Dawn of Destiny. Yeah, there you go. And then GTA 5, Greatest Platinum Hits version or whatever. GTA San Andreas, I'm sorry, I think I said GTA 5, just from the other one. But, yeah, that's San Andreas. And then for the GameCube, I've never even seen one of these movies. Harry Potter, and this one is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Doesn't look bad. Then for the Xbox, I'm actually stoked to try this game. I love the Prince of Persia games since back on the Commodore 64, but, I mean, Prince of Persia 2 on the PC back in the early 90s was one of my favorite platforming games. So, Prince of Persia, The Two Thrones. Anyway. So, yeah, those are it for the PlayStation 2, Xbox, and GameCube games. Then, I got a really good deal. I took a ton of that stuff from the last video that I said was trade bait and took it down to a retro video game store that's in a mall nearby. And I got, was it $30 trade-in for just a bunch of, just a few things. And then I paid $6.50 and was able to pick these up. And for the TurboGrafx 16, I've finally got a hold of Blazing Lasers. And I don't find too many TurboGrafx 16 games, and even in the retro stores that are local to me. So I got that, and I also picked up Castlevania 4 for the Super Nintendo. And it's in very, it's nice shape outside of the box. So I spent $6.50 cash on these two. And then my wife was at the Salvation Army, and she called me and said they had a couple Sega Saturn games. And, my Sega Saturn collection isn't huge, and I'm always looking for, filler and stuff for them. So, and I'm also a sucker for golf games, so she found PGA Tour 97, and these are both complete and in pretty good shape. And she also found 10 Pin Alley. So these two games, and both of these were $1.07 a piece. So they were a couple bucks. And if nothing else, if you know the Sega Saturn cases and the Sega CD cases, they're very prone to cracking. So it's always good to have extra cases, even if it is a PGA Tour 97 with Davis Love on the cover. Still worthy for the case. So anyway, those are my pickups for the month of December and this glorious year of 2015 that's waning by. It's fleeting, ever fleeting. But we got a lot of really cool stuff that's coming out, and I hope I can find some more cool stuff coming up here for the month of, or for the year of 2016 in January. We'll see what happens. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Have a Merry Christmas, safe Merry Christmas. Watch your eggnog intake. Watch your weed intake. Whatever you do to celebrate, just watch your intakes and don't get behind the wheel of a car. Don't go driving. And not so much because, of course, you're going to take somebody else's life and possibly hurt like a kid or something, but you're going to have to go to jail and spend all that money on fines and stupid shit. So drive safe, be safe, and have a Merry Christmas. Love you guys. Can't think of what I'd do without any one of you. Any of the hundreds of you. Anyway, thanks for watching. Merry Christmas. See you next time.